Welcome back to my Mental Health and Crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is for educational purpose only. This is the case of the Idaho 4. May the victims rest in peace. Condolence to the families. May the correct justice be served. 1100 Kings Road. That is where the call for the 911 was actually made. That is what the police log says. At 11:59 in the afternoon, 1 minute to noon, 911 call was made for an unconscious person. The crime scene was at 1122 Kings Road, but it was made from 1100 Kings Road. I don't understand why they haven't mentioned that in the transcript. Why would the police register the 911 call from 1100 Kings Road? Are they trying to change timelines and call logs? Was the first call log wrong 2 years and 4 months ago, that it came from 1100 Kings Road? Or is the transcript wrong? The call was made from this house, in front of this house, 1100 Kings Road. Who lives at 1100 Kings Road? Is it Evan, who was on the transcript, or is it Hunter Johnson? Emily is supposed to be the neighbor, but I think the neighbor they meant is this blue house, because the next door neighbor is Heather and Dakota, who had the grub truck. Are they trying to confuse us? Look at how many white cars are parked in front of Taylor Avenue. So did DM and BF run down to this house to call 911? Why didn't they text their friends? The blue house behind Xana is 1100 Kings Road. Pay attention to the white Hyundai Elantra in front of the house. That white Hyundai Elantra looks like the Hyundai Elantra that drove by the gas station at 3:25, I believe, or 3:45. It has tinted windows. Brian Christopher Koberger is white sedan, doesn't have tinted windows. So I want to know who lives there. Whose car is this? Could this be the white Hyundai Elantra the police are searching for? DM and BF called Kaylee's phone before 911 came. They could clearly hear all the chaos, all the fights, I believe, yelling going on in the house, but they still didn't bother. BF said that she thought she saw Xana in black clothing. Something is not right, because BF was allegedly at the Sigma Chi fraternity party, so she would have known exactly what clothes Xana was wearing. Xana ain't that tall. BK is 6'2". Xana doesn't have bushy eyebrows. So who did she see? BF told DM to run down to her room. Wasn't there an active unaliving going on? Why would you ask your roommate to take the risk and run down to her room like you're some superhero? Doesn't make sense. They redacted everything they wanted and let us hear what they wanted us to hear so that they could build the timeline to be between 4:05 and 4:25, which isn't right. We can see everything going on at the grub truck when the crowd was yelling Xana's name was at 2 a.m., between 2 to 2:20. All the fighting and the hysterical yelling that we hear from Linda Lane footage is between 2 to 3:20. Was BK the DoorDash driver? Was he the cleanup crew? Or is he just innocent? Did he come there maybe to buy rugs from BF? Since she's been doing that since 2021 and 2022, it's on her Venmos. And we know that BK has had a rug addiction. Just asking. The cab driver, Uber driver, confirmed that to the local press. He said the area where 4 University of Idaho students were murdered was known to be a party spot. Taxi driver says that's where people go to get rugs. So could WSU Kim have been right all along? I've always believed her. And I believe some of the things Dot has said too. That she saw people standing outside smoking, 3 guys and a girl, and DM. There's always some truth in what people say. This person was seen in front of 1122 Kings Road. The picture was taken on Geo Snapchat. This was at 3:30 a.m. Was it one of the surviving roommates? Allegedly. Was it a sorority member? Was it a frat member? This person looks like Ethan, sadly enough. Trigger warning. The brown that you see or the cream is basically Jovito's jacket. You can see his hand to the right hand. He's holding his phone device. When the crowd was yelling, Xana, no Xana, this was what he was watching. I managed to zoom into his device. I have nothing against the people in the grub truck or Banfield or Corner Club. But I have something against them. If they were involved, they deserve what's coming to them. We have people, suspects, killers who are running loose like nothing happened. Up to today, I say that BK could be involved. Or he could be innocent. But I believe the frats and the sororities have more involvement than BK. This is heartbreaking. And keep in mind what the Chapin said. Stacey Chapin said 2 a.m. is the hardest time for them all. What happened at 2 a.m.? Obviously, her daughter Macy and her son Hunter Chapin must have called their mother and father and told them that this happened at 2 a.m. the 4chan article was on point, in my opinion. Anonymous told us the motives, the targets, how they were going to do it. One was going to do the wet job and 3 were going to be on the lookout, which I doubt. There were more on the wet job. I hate to say that. And there were more on the lookout. David Lodge and his 2 pals were at the grub truck. One of them had a long machete. David Lodge himself looked like his jacket was bulging out with things in his pocket. Where was David Barocha when this was happening? They had 3 targets: Maddie, Xana, Ethan. And the motives was brewing beef between Xana, Ethan, and the Davids. The Davids got embarrassed. Allegedly, Ethan called them butt buddies and worse things. BF was at the party at the fraternity at Sigma Chi. She would have known exactly what happened. At 2 a.m. on Linda Lane footage, you hear a dog barking, and I think it was Murphy. But it was just for a couple of minutes, barely 2 minutes. I think somebody took Murphy out of the house because they didn't want any forensic DNA on Murphy. I wonder if Jack D came and took Murphy, or if Adam came and took Murphy home with them, and then brought Murphy back before 911 was called. Why would Murphy just be quiet the whole night when he could hear Kaylee, Maddie, and the people he loves screaming and yelling, hysterically fighting for their lives? I believe Murphy was taken out of the house and brought back later. And I believe Kaylee was sleeping in her room with her dog Murphy when she heard somebody attacking her friend Maddie, and she came to check what was happening. And I believe that's when they deleted Kaylee and threw her on the bed. That is the only thing that would make sense to me. They changed the timelines on purpose. Just in my opinion. All this happened before 3:30. More like 3:16, the figures running. After that, everything was quiet. But before that, there was a lot of movements going on in Idaho, Moscow. It wasn't a quiet night. I wonder if the suspects were hiding in the spare room, waiting for the girls and the couple to come home. If they were hiding in the first floor and the house was quiet, just picture this: Maddie and Kaylee come home, Xana and Ethan come home. They all are in the living room. Maybe Kaylee and Maddie go up to the 3rd floor to get prepared to go to bed, and somebody could just have charged from the 1st floor to the living room, fought with them, deleted them, and then gone to the 3rd floor and done the same. I can actually believe that somebody was hiding in the first floor. That would make a lot of sense. Let's not forget, many people had the front door code number. We heard that from Kaylee's sister Alivira and from many college students. William Thompson was there from the first get-go. He wasn't wasting any time. 2:45 to 3:15. $3:12 is when the figures are running. So the unalivings were still going on between these times, and I still believe it started somewhere around 10 past 2. Ethan's friend got a text at 2 a.m. He's almost positive that the couple was still at the Sigma Chi at that time, based on what the text said. That wouldn't put them at the house until at least 2:10, 2:15. I would say around 2:15. My son called the tip line and reported this days ago, but they're still saying that they think Ethan and Zana were at the house at 1:45. Frustrating. Yes, I know it's frustrating. And they changed the timelines for their own purpose, so that the surviving roommates and the frats and the sororities and whoever's involved would not be accused of this crime. Because this is bad for the university. Very bad for the university. Nobody's going to enroll. Parents would never send their children to a place where the Greek life is running like the Wild Wild West. Kaylee's sister Alivira said that when the girls came home, they locked the door, they let the dog out to potty, they let the dog back in and they locked the door. And this still happened. That's what she said. What if they let the dog out to potty and somebody hid Murphy and they came out to search for Murphy, and that's how the suspects came in? Either it could have happened that way, or either the suspects knew the front code, or either the suspects was waiting in the first floor in the spare room and hiding. Let me know what y'all think. Please like, share and subscribe. Justice for the victims.